Hello YouTube! A little bit of a different video here. YouTuber My Two Cents commented on one of my videos a few weeks ago saying that he appreciated shot tracers. It makes it so much easier to follow the ball flight and know where it went, especially when you're watching on an iPad or an iPhone as opposed to a computer or a big screen TV or something like that. And asked if I would put something together to show how it's done. So that's what I've done. If that's not your thing, you can leave now or whatever, but if you want to see how it's done, see how I do it, watch. And then also, this video is going to serve a second purpose for me. It'll show the troubles that I'm having with the Shot Tracer Pro app. The app was quite expensive and it's supposed to be automatic. It's supposed to be able to just send everything there, it spits it out, and you put it back in your video. So I'm hoping that I can share it with them and they can tell me what either I'm doing wrong or help them determine what their next upgrades need to be. So here we go. All right, so here we go. I'm going to send a few clips in. Here's a driver, 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 driver. It's our foursome. So with the Shot Tracer Pro, you can send in multiple shots in one video and it will chop them up and automatically trace them. But I'll show you what I'm going through with that. So what I do is I copy these clips. I'm using iMovie, by the way. Got a project I call Bounce because I bounce stuff. Get rid of the gap, and then I render it. And I name it bounce and whatever bounce number I'm on. The last one I did was 19. This is 20. I'm telling you, it's quite a lot of work. So now it renders. We let it render. As it's rendering, you can see the progress here. It's not going to take long. Then I'll open the Shot Tracer Pro app, get rid of the ones that I've already done, and be ready for the render to hit. So there's the file, and with these other files below it tells me it's still rendering. When this little file here goes away, that will turn into a picture, and I'll know it's done. All right, it's done, plus I get the notification here. I don't need that. Hit open. Now it's only registering 3 of the 4 shots. So we'll let it do its thing. You can watch the progress bar for each up here. You got some settings over here. You can change the resolution. You can export it as 1 video per shot, or you can export it as 1 video, period. And you could even overlay the shots on top of it, which I might do at some point. This might be a good time for it because I've got a pretty good angle. Line thickness, line color, line fade in, fade out, lock peak. I don't even know what that does. Line visible for number of seconds, after the trace. And then you can adjust the flight time if you need to. So it looks like it only automatically picked up 1. And even that one didn't go all the way. It still has him, way up here. When his shot was a excellent shot, a nice draw, then went down the fairway like that. And the flight time, for whatever reason, the max is 6 seconds. So I'm unable to change it to anything more than 6 seconds. I want to put it to 6 seconds because that was a long drive. So Jeff Moyles went. First one here is mine. It's black and white because it didn't detect the shot. So I go into the tool thing, next frame. And what I saw in the tutorial is they say choose the frame right before it actually impacts. Hit the set landing spot. Now we're going to trace the ball, or assist tracing the ball. It says it only really needs 4 reference points minimum, but the more you put in there, the better it's going to be. Let's see what it looks like. I landed up there somewhere over the hill. So create line. Yeah, that's pretty good. Adjust the line so that it appears to clear the hill. Flight time is 5.1. I'm gonna put it down like 5.7 because it didn't go as long as Jeff's did. So that should be good. And then Jeff Sims also didn't take. So again, 1 frame before, set impact frame. And I start marking the ball flight. And it may be partly due to me not having the camera angle. See, I don't see the ball there. I could guess where it is based on the spacing, about right there. But then I can't see it there, so then it gets just really difficult. So I've got enough reference points here. It's the landing point, and he landed just right by mine. Create the line. And see, it's giving a low trajectory. So what I do on that is I'm gonna go back to my project. And I hate the way it doesn't save my last zoom. And I'm gonna watch this trajectory.
So what's it doing?
See, it went way up here. So I've got to go back and redo that. So at least it gives me my last reference point. But now I've got to sort of guess as it goes through here. See, that wasn't really straight. We'll move this over to about here. And I can advance the frame by hitting the space bar. I think you can do it with an arrow, or you can click the next frame over here. But why would you do that? I can zoom in by double clicking, because at this point, I need to zoom in. Pick your target. You can, put the cross on the middle of the ball or the front of the ball or whatever. Scroll up just by swiping up on the mouse. I'm trying to get to the apex. You can see where it's starting to turn here, so that's really going to help with the trace by plotting all these points as it turns. All right, so I'm thinking that's going to be good. That's better. Adjust this so looks like it cleared the hill. I'm going to give it a 5.7 because we went the same exact distance. Now I got to find Raul's shot. So you go back to the first one, which has the whole video. Add shot. Slide this. There's Raul. Find his impact frame. They need to have a frame by frame on this screen, except, and then it's going to try to automatically render it over here. It did something. All right, that ain't so bad. Raul's was a little further right than ours, a little shorter. So I'm gonna put his flight time at 5.5. That should be all right. So now, if this is the first time you're doing it on a project, you have to select the export folder, which I've already selected. Trace and export, and it's gonna save the output videos. Now go back to iMovie and get ready to import them. The Finder window will pop up when they're done. So it's balanced 20. That's my original file that I sent over there, and then these are the traces. And they don't come out in any particular order. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm lining up the audio from the strike. And let's listen to it. Way off. So I'll just put a line there and I'll zoom in all the way. Here's the original, and then here's this. This transition here will kind of screw you up in trying to line this up. I don't really need any of the footage before the strike. So now let's try to line these up. Try to get it to sound like one hit, and then it may be a bit of a flange effect. And Apple needs to introduce a nudge. So listen to this.
So what's it doing? You just playing with it?
Here it goes. But it sounds like one hit.
So what's it doing?
Now what you got to do is get rid of the audio on the tracer, and then make sure everything looks good. You want to watch this transition here. So there's a little bit of a color change there, which I'm not happy with. I can take this all the way out to here, so you're not going to notice it. It's the beginning of the clip. So let's watch it.
So what's he doing? Is he just playing without a driver? Is he going to use somebody else's or what? I'm not sure if you can legally use someone else's stuff.
All right, so there it is. It's hit, and then what I'll do is I'll cut this, delete what's left, and then I like to give it a 20th of a second fade. And then watch it again. You want to make sure that the transition here is smooth. You don't want to see a jittery effect or anything like that. And that's fine. Rinse and repeat. And do that like a million times for 9 holes or 18 holes with a foursome. So that's where I am. I might, let's see if I can get this video to the makers of this program, see if it'll help them out in what I'm dealing with. Also, I've got another YouTuber friend that uses it, and he says it works great for him. So don't get me wrong, it's a lot faster than having to export it, put it on my iPad, and then render it, and then put it back here, and then start all over if something's not right. So yeah, it's definitely a lot better. I'm not sure yet that it's worth the money, but they're still doing upgrades, and they're getting making progress. So hope it was helpful, informational, entertaining. I don't know about that. Pretty boring, but there you go.